Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and we break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called The Sign of the Four, and it's by Unterstadt 96. And here are the rules. Normal, no, I can't speak right now. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill every row, column, and box with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats. Digits on a thermo must increase from the bulb to the tips. So, for example, as an example for this specific thermometer, we could have something along the lines of 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8 because it's continuously increasing from the bulb to the tip. And it would also have to continuously increase from the bulb to the tip this way also. So there are certain restrictions that implies, and that's how a thermometer works. We also have green lines are, I guess he's meant to say German whisper lines because a green, I mean, I guess it is a green whisper line too, but we typically call them German whisper lines, where adjacent digits must differ by at least 5. So for example, if this was a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 because those are the only two digits that are 5 or more away from a 3. Hence, therefore, you know this has to be an 8 or a 9. And that's how German whisper lines work. We also have purple lines are Renban lines, which consist of consecutive digits in any order. And this is 9 in length. So I guess it's not a spoiler, but I mean, whatever. Since it's 9 in length and we know there are no repeat. Oh, it doesn't say there's no repeats, but in a Renban line, it's very, very typical to say that there's no repeats. So I'm assuming there are no repeats in this Renban line. So therefore, it has to be the digits 1 through 9 on this Renban line. Because it's 9 in length. If you allowed repeats, yeah, I've seen it done. Even then, it was still kind of hairy, because it's very, very uncommon. So that's the reason why I'm saying that I'm assuming that the Renban has no repeats. But anyway, since it's 9 in length and we're assuming that there's no repeat, it means it essentially has to be the digits 1 through 9. If you had a shorter length Renban, so for example, if you had a 5 length Renban here, that would imply that the digits would have to be consecutive and 5 in length without repeats. So that could be like 1 through 5, 2 through 6, 3 through 7, 4 through 8, or 5 through 9 as an example. And that's how Renban lines work. We also have digits set divided by a white dot are consecutive, and we call these crop key dots. And digits divided by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio, and we also call those crop key dots. But those are black crop key dots here, and these are white crop key dots here. So as an example, if this were, say, a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7 to make sure that they're consecutive. If this were, say, a 2, this would have to be a 1 or a 4 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio between them. And that's how crop key pairs or crop key dots work. And not all possible dots are given, which means that we don't have to worry about a negative constraint there. And we have a lot of 4s here. We have 4 4s drawn in with Renban, German Whisper, and thermometers. And we have 2 4s in the corner. So we actually have 6 4s here, but they're all showing 4s. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, where do we start? On long thermos, I like starting with the long thermos to figure out what the restrictions are. So usually what I do is I go from the bulb of the longest thermo and go to the tip and then looking at the minimum possibilities for each value, and then going from the tip back to the bulb, looking at the maximum values that each one could be. And that will restrict the cells that are along that path a lot. So this could obviously be at minimum a 1, because that's the minimum value in a normal Sudoku. This has to be greater than this, so this is at minimum 2. This is greater than this cell, which means it's at minimum 3. This is at greater than that cell, so it's minimum 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is at max 9, so this could be 7 through 9. This is less than that digit, so this must be at most 8, so 6, 7, or 8. This is at less than this digit, so it's at most 7, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, then 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, or 3 here. And we can continue this way. This is at minimum 4 because it's greater than this cell. This is at minimum 5 because it's greater than that cell. This is maximum 5 or 9 because it's the maximum in normal Sudoku. This is less than this and therefore has to be 8 at most. And this still has to be less than this, so it's still 3, 4, 5, and it could be less than this, but 3, 4, 5 could be less than most of 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. So these restrictions are still the same there. Okay, we know 4 can't be here, and 4 can't be here. So where's the 4 in this box? It has to be one of these two cells. Therefore, since one of these is a 4, this can't be 4 because of those 4s, and these can't be 4. Actually, this can't be 4 because of the thermometer. This can't be 4 because of this 4. So where's the 4 in column 2? It must be one of those 3 cells. Where to go to next? On a German whisper line, you can never have a 5, because if you take a 5 and you subtract 5 from it, 5 or more, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. And if you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which are not digits. Therefore, that shows that 5 can never be on a German whisper line in normal Sudoku. So 5 cannot be any of these cells in column 5. It has to be here. So this is a 5. Where can the 5 be in this central box? Can't be on the German whisper line. It can't be on the thermos because of the restrictions we replaced. Therefore, we know one of these digits is a 5. And then where is the 5 in column 4? Can't be here because of the 5 here. Can't be any of these because one of the 5 has to be here. Therefore, it must be one of these 3 cells. So we know the 5 is here. Where is the 5 on this Renban? It has to be here, so the rest of the Renban cannot contain a 5. This can't be a 5, because on a German whisper line, you can't have a 5. So where's the 5 in this box? Can't be any of these here, so it must be here. Now, where's the 5 in this box, then? Can't be here, because it can't be on a German whisper line. Can't be here because one of these has to be a 5. Therefore, it must be one of these 3 cells. And since it's one of those 3 cells, none of these can be a 5, because of those 3 5s possibilities. None of these could be a 5, because the 5 has to be one of those 3 cells. So it must be one of these 2. Okay. Okay, we need to look at probably the best way to attack this is looking at column 5 then. Because we need a 4 and a 6 along this line. And 4 and 6 can only be next to one other unique digit on a German whisper line. The 4 can only be next to 9, and the 6 can only be next to 1. So this is next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. Same. This is next to 3 unique two unique digits on a German whisper line. This is also next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. This is next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line, as is this. So where can the 4 and the 6 be? They can only be here, so this could be a 4 or 6 here. Here, so 4 or 6 could be here, or here. Um, what does that mean? Doesn't mean too much, I don't think. Oh, 5 can never be here, because 5 can't be next to a black crop key dot. Because if you 5 is double of 2.5, which is not a normal Sudoku digit, and if you double 5, you get 10, which is not a digit. So this can never be 5 here. One of these two is a 5. So if this is 4, that means this has to be 1. If this is 4, that means, sorry, 9. If this is 4, this has to be 9. If this is 4, this has to be 9. So 9 in column 5 must be one of these two cells, right? Because otherwise the 4 can't be on the German whisper line. We also know if this is 6, 1 has to be here. If this is 6, 1 has to be here. And if this is 6, 1 has to be here. Because again, 6 can only be next to 1 on a German whisper line. So in column 5, one of the 1s has to be in those 3 cells. But we don't know which. So let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I would consider this very easy. It's in between very easy and easy for me. Anyways, let's continue with this. Okay, I see where I should tack. On a German whisper line, you'll always alternate between low digits and high digits. Because if you take the low digits, which we consider 1 through 4, and you take the lowest of them, which is 1, and you add 5 or more to it, you'll have the digits 6 through 9, right? So those always must be next to 1 through 4. And if you take the high digits, which are 6 through 9, take the highest one, which is 9, and subtract out 5 or more, you'll get 4 or less on next to it on a German whisper line. So you'll always alternate between a low, which is 1 through 4, and a high, which is 6 through 9. This one, we don't know whether it's high or low, so we're going to just color it a specific, just a random color. We're going to make it orange. This has to be the other set, because again, you'll alternate between lows and highs. We're just going to assign it a different color, so that's pink. This must be the same set as the orange, because you'll always alternate, right? It can't be pink, so it must be the other set, which means it's orange. Therefore, this is pink, and these have to be orange and orange. This must be pink, and this must be orange. Well, that means in this central box, we know there's 2 highs and 2 lows, because there's 2 from each set, right? We don't know which one's which, but we know there's 2 highs and 2 lows. We also have 2 lows guaranteed in the box because of the limitations placed by the thermometers. Therefore, we have 4 lows in the central box, which means none of the other cells in this box can be low. So these have to be from 5 through 9. This must then be either 6 or 8, because those are the only high digits that can be next to a black crop key dot in normal Sudoku, which makes this a 3 or 4 to make sure that this is in a 1 to 2 ratio. But remember, we said that 4 can only be next to 1 unique digit on a German whisper line, and this digit is next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. Therefore, this must be a 3, which forces this to be a 6. And the rest of these have to be 5, 7, 8, or 9 here. This is 3. 3 can only be next to 8 and 9 on a German whisper line. So this has to be 8 and 9. This has to be 8 and 9 here. This 8 and 9 is only next to lows. It cannot be 3 or 4 here, so this must be 1 or 2. This could be 1, 2, or 3 because it's next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. This is next to 3 unique digits on a German whisper line, so it must be 7, 8, or 9. This is 1, 2, 3 because it's next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line, and this is 6 through 9 here. This is 6 through 9 because they're both next to a low digit. So these are low. This is a high. These are highs. I like coloring these too because of the limitations that it implies. This must be a high, and this must be high. Well, we have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in column 7, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the column. This can't be 8 or 9, but it's still a high, so it's 6 or 7 here. Let's see, what else do we have? This cannot be 3 here. This can't be 3 here, because these are all high. Where's the 3 in this Ren band? It has to be one of these two cells, because we know we have the digits 1 through 9 without repeats. So since the 3 is here, that eliminates 3 from being here and 3 from being here. Where's the 3 in this box? It has to be here. Okay. Okay, so we have 2 highs in column 5. If we made the oranges high, that would mean, well, first of all, we have multiple ways of solving this, but we know the 4 is a low. And since the 4 is a low, and it has to be part of lows, orange has to be a low. But we also know that we can figure it out this way. We have 2 highs already in column 5. If we made the oranges high, we would have 5 highs in column 5, which is not allowed. So therefore, the oranges have to be low. That's another way of showing the orange set is essentially the low set. But there's multiple ways of showing that. So this is pink set, it has to be red. So this cannot be 6, obviously. This can't be 6. So this can't be 1, and this can't be 1. Where is a 6 in column 5? It has to be here. So this must be 6, which makes this a 1. One of these is a 4, which makes one of these a 9. So this can never be 9 here. This can't be 1. This can't be 1, because so it must be a 2. This can't be 6 here, so it must be a 7, which means this can't be 7. This can't be 6 or 7, and this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the box. The rest of column 7 has to be 1, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Well, 1 cannot be any of the cells that surround the white Kropke dot, because 1 is only consecutive with 2, and we've already eliminated 2 in the column, so this can't be 1. This can't be 4 or 5, which requires this to be 6. 6 is only consecutive with 5 out of the remaining digits, so this has to be a 5, which means this is specifically 1 or 4, and this is specifically 1 or 4. Okay, so this is 5. What else do we have? This is 6. This is 6, so that means one of these two is 6. This can't be 3. That doesn't restrict much. This is 1 or 4. That means the other 1 or 4. So one of the 1 or 4 is here. The other one is here, which means it cannot be here. That means the other 1 or 4 has to be on this Ren band here. Because it can't be here, can't be here, it must be one of these. So that means this can never be a 1 or 4. Where is this? Well, actually, no, we don't know. Where is the 6 on this Ren band? It needs a 6. Can't be here. Actually, we already have it here. Never mind. It's already on the Ren band. That means the 6 cannot be anywhere else on the Ren band. So it cannot be here. Where is the 6 in this box? It must be one of these two cells. Therefore, where is the 6 in this box? Can't be any of these cells because of the 6 here. Can't be here, so it must be one of these two. Okay. Let's see. The remaining digits that are low in column 5 have to be 2, 3, and 4. So this is 2 or 4. This is 2, 3, or 4. And this is 2, 3, or 4. Both of these are next to 2 unique digits on the German whisper line, but the 2 unique digits have to be at least 2 and 3. Well, the only digits that can be next to at least 2 and 3 are 8 and 9. So therefore, both of these have to be 8 and 9. Now we have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in column 5, which eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the column. So this must not be an 8, this has to be a 7. Because this is a 7, out of 2 and 3, it can't be next to 3, so it must be next to 2. So this is a 2. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. So since this can't be 7, this has to be less than that. So this must be at most, can't be 6, has to be at most 5. This can't be at most 5 then, because it has, if it were a 5, it would be greater than this. So therefore, this is at most a 4. If this were 4, that would force this to be 3, which would be greater than, which is not allowed on the thermometer. So this can't be 4 here. So this must be a 2. Since this is 2, this has to be 1. This has to be 4, which makes this a 3. The only digit that can be next to 4 on a German whisper line is a 9. So this is 9, this is 8, and this can't be 3 or 4. Therefore, it must be a 2. The only digit here that's a low, because we know 2 and 1 are low, we actually know this is also a low, can only be 1. So this is 1. This can't be 1 or 3. If this were, it can't be 4. Oh, well, okay. It can't be 4, can't be 1 or 3. This has to be a 2. 2 can only be next to 7 or 8 on a German whisper, 7, 8, or 9 on a German whisper line. And it can't be 9. That 9 means this can't be 9 here, so this is an 8, which makes that a 9. This 8 means this has to be a 7, because 2 can only be next to 7, 8, or 9. We've eliminated 8 and 9 here. So this can't be 9. This can't be 7 or 8. This has to be a 5, which means this can't be 5. This has to be next to 2 and 3 on the German whisper line, and it can't be 9, so it must be an 8. So this is an 8, this is a 7. We cannot have a 7 now on this Renban line, because we can't have repeats. So 7 can't be here in column 8 because of this 7. 7 can't be here because of those 7 on the Renban, whereas a 7 in column 8, it can only be here. So 7's here. Whereas a 7 in this box can't be here, it can't be here, it can't be on the Renban, so it has to be here, which makes this 7. Therefore, 5 and 6 in this box can only be in 2 cells. So it must be in these 2 specific cells, but this can't be 5 because of this 5, so this must be a 6, which makes this a 5. The rest of these cells are 2 and 9, but these can't be 2. This can't be a 9, this can't be 1 or 2 or 4. Therefore, this is the 9, and none of these can be 9. We now have a 1, 4, 1, 4 pair in this row and this box here. That eliminates 1 and 4 in the rest of the row and the rest of the box. So this can't be 1 or 4. This has to be a 2. What are the remaining digits on this Renban that we need? We need 3 and 8. So this has to be 3 and 8. This can't be 8 here because of this 8, so this must be a 3, which makes that an 8. Therefore, where is the 8 in column 9? It has to be, can't be here, so it must be one of these 2 digits, which makes this a 3, 8 pair here. That means the remaining cells here are 1, 5, and 6. This can't be 6, obviously. This can't be 1. Because there's a 1 in 1, 5, 6 triplet in column 8. That eliminates 1, 5, and 6 in the rest of the column. Which means this can't be 1. So this is 4, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 4. The remaining digits here are 1, 2, and 9. And this can't be 2 because of this 2. What else do we have? Okay. Where is the 7 in column 4? Can't be here because of this 7. All of these are filled with non-7s. Can't be here because of this 7. It has to be one of these two cells. But we also know one of those two cells has to be a 6. So this has to be then a 6-7 pair because of that. Well, what about, this can't be a 5. We have, these are both highs then. These are both lows. These are all highs. Does that change anything? I'm not sure. These are all highs, and these are all lows here. This is a high. We have 4 highs in, well, okay, this can't be 4. Therefore, we know this is a 4. Because that's the only place for it. And therefore, the remaining digit is a 3. And 4 can only be net consecutive with 3 or 5. But 3 is already taken in the row and in the box, so this has to be a 5. Which makes this an 8 as the last digit. This 5 means this can't be 5, so this must be 6. Which means this can't be 6. This is 7 or 8 still. This could be 8 or 9. This 6 means this can't be a 6. Where is the 6 in column 8? It has to be here. The remaining digits here are 1 and 9. Or not 1 and 9. 6 and 9, which are both high. This can't be 6, though, because of this 6. Therefore, this is a 9, which makes that a 6. These are highs. This is a high. And these are all highs, actually. Though this 9 means this can't be 9, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 7. This can't be 8 anymore. What are the remaining digits in column 2? It has to be 1, 2, and 3. This can't be 2, though. So that means this is 1 or 3, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with another digit. But if this were 1, it would have to be only be with 2. So this can't be 1. This must be 3, which forces this to be a 6, because 6 is the only digit in normal Sudoku that can be in a 1 to 2 ratio with 3. This can't be 3 here. This can't be 3 here. This can't be 6, so this must be 7, which makes that a 6. Where is the 4 in row 8? Can't be any of these, can't be any of these, can't be these, so it must be here. So this is a 4. One of these has to be a 4. That's fine. This can't be 8 anymore. So this is 3, 4, 5, or 9, but it can't be 5 or 4, so this is 3 or 9 here. And let's see, where else do we have? 7. Where is the 7 in row 1? Can't be any of these because of the 7 in the box. Can't be these because they're filled. Can't be this because of this 7. So 7 has to be here. And I think that's, we also, yeah, it was also because we had 8 7s, so we knew where the last one had to be. The remaining digits in this box are 5, 8, and 9. This can't be 5 or 8, so this must be a 9. And that's because of the 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in the box. This can't be 9, so this is 1. This can't be 1 now. This can't be 1. These are 5 and 8. This can't be 8, so this must be a 5, which makes this an 8. This 5 means this can't be 5, so this is a 4, which means that can't be 4. This has to be a 3. This 3 means this can't be 3, so this is 9, which makes that a 5 and makes that a 4. This 3 also makes this not a 3, so this is 8, which makes that a 3. And now the rest is just Sudoku. Remaining digits here are in this box are 1 and 3. This can't be 3 here, so this must be 1, which makes that a 3. This 1 makes this a 2, which makes that a 1. This 2 makes that a 9, which makes that a 2. Remaining digits here are 3 and 9. This can't be 3 because of this 3, so this is 9, which makes that a 3. This 5 means this can't be 5, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 5. Remaining digits here are 1, 2, and 5. This can't be 1 or 5, therefore it must be 2. This can't be 1, so this must be 5, which makes that a 1. The remaining digit here is an 8, the remaining digit here is a 9. And that's how you solve it. Yeah, I would consider this in between very hard, not very hard, very easy and easy. It's not completely intuitive, but it does make sense in its own way. It's very... So I guess it wouldn't be considered straightforward, but it's not, like, that hard either. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.